इन्वेस्ट आज फॉर कल की सेकंड चैनल पे आप सभी का स्वागत है। मुझे पता है आपको क्वालिटी कंटेंट चाहिए, वो भी छोटी छोटी क्लिप्स में, तो ऐसा ही कंटेंट मिलेगा आपको इस चैनल पे। तो इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करे बिना आगे मत जाइएगा। चलिए अब ना अपन थोड़ा सा म्यूचुअल फंड्स के ऊपर आते हैं। अगर कोई म्यूचुअल फंड इन्वेस्टर फर्स्ट टाइम इन्वेस्ट करना चाह रहा है, ये कोई फाइनेंशियल एडवाइस नहीं है, कोई टिप नहीं है। मैं फॉर एग्जांपल स्टार्टिंग में 10,000 रुपए की एसआईपी स्टार्ट करना चाहता हूँ,
ओके
या पहले अपन 10,000 रुपए की एसआईपी का एग्जांपल लेते हैं। क्या हो मेरा एसेट एलोकेशन और कैसे मैं बनाऊं 10,000 रुपए की एसआईपी? टेन्योर लॉन्ग टर्म है, 5 साल प्लस 10 साल प्लस का है। मेरे को 10 ईयर प्लस है, 10,000 रुपए है मेरा फाइनेंशियल प्लान करने के लिए। क्या करूं?
Happily put an equity, boss. No problem.
पूरा इक्विटी, नो डेट।
No, so let us say somebody does not have any other liability attached to it. Like I said, so there is this old rule that is there, right? That 100 minus your age, you should put in equity. I find that it is a good rule, as a thumb rule. But I think people like you have to be a little more personalized. So let's say my father, who's 80 years, has a much higher allocation than 20%.
Obviously.
Because he has no immediate need for cash. And it is generational money. Somebody who's 30 years, my nephew for example, has just taken a housing loan. He has just paid off his car loan. Now should he have 70% in equity? I don't know.
Not possible.
Not possible. So it's a pretty much an individual decision. But suppose somebody has no liability and has a 10-year view and is happy to take some volatility, equity is the easy place to go to.
कौन से में जाऊं मैं, कौन से कैप में जाऊं या क्या करूं?
See, my view is give the fund managers the choice, no?
तो मल्टी कैप,
Flexi cap.
फ्लेक्सी कैप। बट लेकिन फ्लेक्सी कैप में तो 60-70% तो लार्ज कैप लेके बैठते हैं हमेशा
It
ही।
depends on fund to fund, boss.
अच्छा,
So I think
तो फ्लेक्सी कैप इज दी।
so 361 does not have that asset allocation.
तो आप कह रहे हो कि पूरा 10,000 सीधा फ्लेक्सी कैप में?
Give it to the fund manager, let him enjoy and let him decide what to do.
एग्रेसिव कॉल,
My call, he's young, 10,000, you said 10 years.
इंटरेस्टिंग।
Why? And I don't see why should the investor or the advisor take that pain of deciding whether to go to small cap or mid cap or large cap. Give it there. Let him see.
इंटरेस्टिंग, और पूरा सारा एक साथ, मजा आ गया।
हाँ, put it now, be happy with it. What is wrong?
अमेजिंग। तो हम टुवर्ड्स द एंड चलते हैं। आखिरी क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, एक एडवाइस जो आपके हिसाब से इन सब के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है। हमारी मेजॉरिटी ऑडियंस है 25 से 45 के बीच की। कुछ सीनियर लोग भी है जो हमारी आपकी बात सुनना चाह रहे हैं। उनके लिए आप अपने एक्सपीरियंस के साथ, आपने इतने लोगों का फंड्स देखा है, पोर्टफोलियो देखा है, इतने डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स को देखा है, इतने लोगों को पैसा कमाते हुए या पैसा ना कमाते हुए देखा है, कोई एडवाइस, कोई टिप?
So I think one most important thing is please don't close your mind to opportunities. बहुत सारे लोग are very focused on a certain set of things that I will not do this. I think in today's world, as a country, we are becoming much more mature. So keep your mind open. There are a lot of interesting investment opportunities available. Today, as an individual investor, as not a very ultra high net worth investor, you have access to private capital investments. You have access to customized portfolio investments. You have also got access to mutual funds. There is a new possible asset class coming out maybe in the near future, depending on what the regulator does, what SEBI does. So I think keep that openness. Number two, keep the journey very simple. बहुत सारे लोग ना, because there are so many funds and so many schemes and so much of noise, थोड़ा उनका investment portfolio मैंने देखा है zoo बन गया वहाँ पे। एक zoo बन गया, मतलब जब एक इन्वेस्टर के पास 30 40 स्कीम है, उनको पता नहीं क्या कर रहे हैं। तो आई थिंक समवेयर ट्राई एंड कीप एंड सी अल्टीमेटली एज इन्वेस्टर्स इट इज आवर जॉब टू मैनेज आवर मनी. You may have access to information, you may have access to Anand, but ultimately responsibility is yours. So if you create a zoo, you can't take that responsibility. So pick 5, 7, 8, 10 things and then go with that. That's all. Lastly, boss, give it time. Don't interrupt the investment journey. See, there will be good periods, there will be bad periods. It will get magnified, it will get diluted. There are many times where if you see 5, 7 years back and people say I read this, I got that. Don't go by that. I think थोड़ा अपना self analysis करो. I think one challenge that we have is there's a lot of unverified information which is being acted upon. Like we are now living in a ulta world. Maybe 20-25 years back when I started my life, we didn't have access to information. Like I said, the only price copy we used to see was that bhav sheet of BSE. आजकल तो मतलब you have too much information. You at a click of a button, Anand, you can get statistics of everything. नहीं चाहिए वो, it's not required. I think if you keep it as simple as possible and don't interrupt the journey. को आप ज़्यादा information
इसके लिए मैं सर बोलता हूँ हमेशा, किस प्रिंसिपल को यूज करो? Keep it simple and silly.
Absolutely. Brilliant idea. And once you invest it and you are in a good place and you're happy with the fund manager and you're happy with the asset house, treat it like your wife or your family jewelry.